and him probably going out there too soon, getting hurt,
Which time?
ruin his career.
Which time?
People are leery. I would play the guy if the doctors say he can go.
Yeah.
Because you've seen it just the last couple weeks, how being on the field, he's getting better. He doesn't have a ton of reps. That was the whole argument early in the year. Why aren't we playing Dwayne Haskins? Well, he only had 14 starts in college. Well, now get him more starts. Like the Giants, for example, could have shut down Daniel Jones. They started playing Eli. Thought, maybe let Eli ride it out, let him retire.
Right. Are the Giants going to bench Eli? Are they going to bench Daniel next week, or are they going to play him? Right.
I would imagine Daniel Jones is playing next week. And he looked damn good against the Redskins.
I think if he's healthy enough to go and play at like 90+%, I would lean towards playing him. But I'm going to give teams a pass. The only time I give you a pass is in the last week. So, like, if you just want to shut guys down and you want to try to secure the pick, in the last week of the season, I think it's crazy. That's why in fantasy leagues, you don't have your Super Bowl in the last week. But for the other 16 weeks, I think you play it straight.
Yeah, but those are
and that goes with benching guys.
Are for, playoff teams that are resting guys.
Right.
It's not like shutting down a guy because you just don't want him to get hurt before the offseason.
Well, it's the same philosophy. It's a meaningless game.
Yeah.
It's a meaningless game in a lost season.
Well, they've had a lot of those.
Now, here's the thing. You could almost make the argument that if you want to secure that number 2 pick, don't play the veteran quarterback because the veteran is going to give you a better shot than the rookie. So some would argue.
You mean to win?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because some would argue, oh well, let's just punt the game. Let's sit Dwayne. Well, you might get a better chance of winning with Case.
Yeah.
Look what Case did when he came in there. It was pretty darn good.
The Cowboys, of course, lost yesterday, 17-9. They're a disaster. They're 7-8.
Yeah.
But they still have a chance to get into the playoffs if they can win, and then the Eagles lose, which, Eagles have won their last 3. And I would say it's unlikely that they lose because all they have to do is beat the Giants, and they're in the playoffs. But, look, the Giants could knock them off, so the Cowboys have every reason to play everybody and play hard.
Right.
Because they're grasping for a playoff berth.
Right.
So I wouldn't expect the Redskins to win. And also the way the Redskins have not been able to stop the run, we talked about that with Craig Hoffman. So they're 29th in the league against the run.
Yeah.
They give up on average per game, but it's been even worse.
Yeah.
Eagles ran all over them. Miles Sanders, I think, had 130-plus yards yesterday. Saquon Barkley goes nuts. They go for over 200 yards rushing. I would expect Zeke to have a big day, especially because yesterday they didn't really utilize him much. I think he ran for less than 4 yards per carry. I think they maybe only had 14 touches.
I think he might have been hurt late too, right?
He pulled himself out of the game on a critical 3rd down or 4th down. But I would expect him to have a big day.
Yeah. I don't know. It's one of those weird radio spots where I don't have a strong opinion, but I basically would say you could do whatever you want in the last week.
I did Redskins Overtime Live last night. I was surprised. Travis Thomas was for the shutdown, but it's based, I think, on fear. It's that fear play, like, well, what if, it turns out to be like an RG3 situation where it went from one injury and then got even worse.
Yeah.
But it's an ankle.
It's an ankle. I disrespect ankles.
Right.
I don't think ankles are like knees. If it was a knee and a torn ligament in his knee, totally different situation.
Like a sprained MCL, hold him out.
People roll their ankles all the time.
Yep.
Not a big deal. Even high ankle sprains, I understand they take a long time to get over with. I'm not that worked up over it. Let's go to Rick in Waldorf. Rick, what's up?
Hey, how's it going this morning? Happy holidays, fellas.
Yeah, you too, buddy.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
I say if he's healthy, you play him.
Yeah. Go ahead.
What do you think about his play the last couple weeks? Have you done a flip? Like, were you a guy who thought he was a bust earlier in the year? Did you want him to play earlier? What's been your take on Dwayne?
I think he's been good. I mean, like you said, he's got to get more experience. From being this, more experience.
Yeah, thank you, buddy.
There's no question he needs more experience.
I mean, how much more experience, though, is one more game going to really give him?
I understand that.
I've seen
30 passes.
I'm leaning towards I've seen enough. It's the last game.
Right.
It doesn't matter. I know people make that argument. They made that argument 6 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
But I think once you get to week 17, then you can really make that argument.
One more performance from Haskins like he's played in the last couple weeks, it gets you more sized.
I'm pretty sized. I'm pretty sized with what I've seen. But listen, I don't think ready to come in here and win 10 games next year? No way. I think there's still going to be a learning curve, and you're probably looking at, and just would be my guess, you know, if you're lucky, maybe 6 wins next year.
Yeah. And progress isn't always linear.
Definitely not.
And I mean,
that's what people don't understand.
It remains to be seen, but Baker Mayfield had a great rookie campaign.
And look at all the additions they gave him.
This year, he's thrown a bunch of picks. He's played better in the last 6 or 7 weeks. By the way, we think it's bad here in Washington. Cleveland has 17 straight.
What's what the Bills
17 straight
Did the Bills
seasons.
miss it 17
Yeah,
straight?
they've had a ridiculous streak, too.
And now they've gone 2 out of 3, right? Or 2 in a row?